class, let's look at another example of using tables and graphs and proportional relationships. In this situation, we have a recipe that calls for half a cup of lemon juice for each cup of water. Complete the table and plot the pairs of values on the coordinate plane. So, again, I will be using the CUPS acronym to help us. I circle my numbers. I underline my task or question. I put boxes around my words. And a lot of the time those may include our operation words or words that tell us that we have an inequality. So in this situation, I see that I have water, and so I'm going to highlight that blue. And I have lemon juice, so I'm going to highlight that yellow so I can keep track of where things need to go. It says I have a half a cup of lemon juice for each cup of water. So for 1 cup of water, I have half a cup of lemon juice. Now this, remember, right here is called our unit rate. Our unit rate helps us identify the operation or the amount we're going to times all the other numbers by. So 1 times something will equal 1/2. Well, because of my math knowledge, I know 1 times 1/2 equals 1/2. With that said, I now know I can times each of those numbers going down to 4 and up to that 0 by 1/2 to get out what the value would be at that amount. So for 0 cups, 0 times 1/2 gives me 0. For 2 cups of water, I'm going to times that by 1/2, and I will get out 1 cup of lemon juice. 3 cups of water times 1/2 gives me 1 1/2 cups of lemon juice. 4 times 1/2 will equal 2. Now, I get down to that very bottom row in my table, and I notice that they did not give me the cups of water. I notice that they gave me the cups of lemon juice. So, I know I have to go the opposite direction in my operation. If I was going from water to lemon juice, I was timesing. Now I think to my order of operation, what's the opposite of timesing? Well, that's division. So I'm going to divide 15 by 1/2. Type that into your calculators and see what you get. When I type that into my calculator, I get out 30. Now let's plot these onto our graphs. Take a second and plot this on your paper. 0, 0, 1, 1/2, 2 to 1. Be careful to watch the units. These are going up by 1. But these are going up by halves, with the halves not being marked. So as you go through, make sure you're watching that part of the graph. 3 goes to 1 1/2, and 4 goes to 2. Take your straight tool that you got in class and put in your line. Let's answer some questions about making this lemonade. Here is the same information we just had, but instead of fractions, we do have decimals. So instead of saying 1/2, we have 0.5. Instead of 1 1/2, we have 1.5, and so on. So now it says, what does the point 4, 2 represent in this situation? Now it's very important that if we are given words, we write words back. So we're looking at cubes yet again. I'm circling my numbers. The math word is represent. And the question is what is this point? So I come down to where that is on my table. 4, 2. And I say, well, that is 4 cups of water to 2 cups of lemon juice. All right. Again, tables and graphs can help us understand what is happening. So let's look at more questions. If I use 100 cups of water, how many cups of lemon juice will I need to keep the same ratio? Well, we've learned that the ratio is 1 to 1/2. I can write it like that. That means I have water on top and lemon juice on the bottom. I can make another fraction with the 100 water on top and X lemon juice on the bottom, and we could do cross products to solve for that. That is one method of doing this. Another method that we had was using our unit rate amount to help us solve for it, which would then, if we go below it, we would write 100 water. We would times it by 1/2, and we get out our other pair. So take a moment and use your calculators to find out how much lemon juice we would need. All right, I found I would need 50 cups of lemon juice. So now, my directions tell me to write it as an ordered pair. Remember that an ordered pair is parentheses, some number, a comma, and some other number closing your parentheses. Because my X is on the left, that's my water, it told me I had 100 water cups. We just found out, either using cross products or using the unit rate, that 50 is how much lemon I would need. All right, let's answer some more questions about this. If I used 60 cups of liquid, how many cups of each, water and lemon juice, did I use? Write your answer as an ordered pair. So again, I'm circling what I need. I'm underlining what it's asking me to do. And notice I have 2 sets of underlines in this one. I need to know how many cups of each, and I need to be able to write it as an ordered pair. So, I know that I need a total of 60 cups of liquid. It doesn't matter if the cups are lemon juice or if the cups are water. I need a total of 60 cups. So that means I'm going to take and I'm going to add the amount of water to the amount of lemon juice to come up with some type of total. So if I do this, if I go through and do each one of these columns, 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 0.5 is 1.5. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1.5 is 4.5. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 30 plus 15 is 45. Well, I'm getting closer to that mark of trying to hit 60. So I have water on the left again, and I have lemon juice. So let's go up by 5 more. 35 times a half gives me 17 and a half. Well, that's not enough because that only gives me 52.5. So now 40 times a half gives me 20, and that gives me a total of 60. So now I found what my amount is going to be. I need to write it as an ordered pair. Parentheses, comma, parentheses. 40 goes in first and 20 goes in second. Now, what if our person, Hamid, mixed 2 cups of lemon juice and 3 cups of water? Is this the same recipe? And it asks me to explain. So now I'm going to take my circles around 2 cups and 3 cups. We have been putting our water on top, so I'm going to put my water on top again. 3 water to 2 lemon. Is this the same as 1 and 1/2, the ratio we have been working with? So take a second and type it into your calculator. And you will find out no. So you can do this a couple of ways in the explanation part. You can say no, the unit rates are different. But knowing most of you guys, you're going to have done what I did, and you would have done your cross products. So 3 times a half gives us 1.5, and then 2 times 1 gives us 2. So our cross products, so that would be no, the cross products are different. Both are correct. We've talked about this before, so I'll quickly go over this again. E asks what is the unit rate of lemon juice over cups of water. So remember when we're looking at that for water, we come down the water column until we hit 1. Then that 1 is the unit rate. So then when we find that, our unit rate is also on our graph right there. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great day.